Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the interview. We have today Rafael on the right, Abdullah on the left from Egypt, and Rafael from the US. How are you guys? Thanks for being in the call.
Very good. Hey Esteban, Alhamdulillah, we are good. How about you?
Awesome, I'm great as well. Really excited about the interview, all the knowledge you are gonna share with the people who are gonna watch this about
The
CPA
secret.
marketing, affiliate marketing in general. So thanks for being in the call, guys. Um, so tell us a little bit about yourselves. How did you get started? What's your story with internet marketing?
Abdullah can start. Okay, I started the mastermind. I think Rafael started before me, and then um, yeah, obviously he had the resources. I had the time, but when we started together, we partnered up, and then actually he was still working with me, the jobs, and we were working together really, really hard on the campaigns and trying to make something work. We tried hard for a couple months, and I think uh, after we started getting organized and until some point that I started running campaigns alone, he started doing other important or he put a plan. Actually, he's like the architect. He put a plan, and I put in action, and we reviewed together. And this is how it works. That's how we really, really took off. After he started to think on bigger projects, and I started to do this, like putting the project into action. He's still working with me, obviously. But my point is, after everything gets organized, that's how partners or GV really, really work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Basically, you guys started in a mastermind. That's where you guys met, and since you're from Egypt, then you had a lot of problems with like creating accounts for
Oh yeah.
advertising. And tell us a little bit about that. How did the whole JV turned out? How did you start with the JV and the partnership?
Because where I'm living in Egypt, it was hard for me to get credit cards and to have, because you need to have resources, and I didn't have the resources, but I had a guy who had the resources. But obviously, he didn't have much time. So, like, he needs some time. I got some time, but I didn't have resources. He's really great, great partner, and we started to work together. So we were using all his resources. He was like the ATM with the funds, whatever we need. And we were really cooperative. Whatever we need in the business, we started with really not very big budget, but he was able to spend every month, and that's how we really started to scale the business because we were able to fund the business and put whatever we need for it. Because if you have only like $100 and you spend the $100, after you spend like $50, you will start to freak out and you will start to get frustrated because you only have left $50. So you will start to make dumb decisions on the campaigns. But I'm real grateful because we didn't have the problem, so we were making really better decisions, wise decisions on the campaigns, and we were not emotional. And he was like, whatever we need, if we spend all, we're gonna get more. We're gonna spend more. We're gonna make this work. This thing works, whatever.
Uh-huh.
So really, really, he had a very good mindset, very, very strong mindset, even better than me, honestly. But anyway, we did a really, really good job, and we have a lot of lots of projects that nobody knows about it yet.
Awesome, awesome. So you, Abdullah, you started like 1 year ago in internet marketing in
Only, yeah.
general, or no?
No, internet marketing, I started like 4 years ago. Okay. But I really worked hard, but I didn't have the funds. So even if like I started mobile, I did first thing I think I started with Empower Network like 4 years ago, and then I did mobile. I did very well because I did close sales and stuff like that, but I couldn't scale the business still. And where I'm living, I wouldn't be able to pay thousands of brands. So I will like making couple MLR sales, this thousand stuff, then um, I don't know, mastermind was a big deal for me as well. Um, my point, what is important is even if you are a hard worker, you still need to back it up with some funds. You still you need to back it up with like a whole plan, right? So right now, I have the guy who does a plan, and we try to make the plan work. Okay, we make it by steps. Now we are building a team. We're growing obviously right now.
Awesome, awesome. How about you, Rafael? Tell us a little bit about
Come on, speak
when
a
you
little,
got
man. Come on, say anything.
like about your story. When did you get started? How a little bit about like not only your journey with CPA marketing, but the story in general of how you got started online.
He lost money before he know me, so that's for sure.
America like 4 years ago in 2012 for a master's. A year after 2013, I graduated, found a job, and immediately got into real estate. I wanted to be a real estate millionaire, so I was doing this thing called wholesaling.
Yeah.
So I did like hundreds of calls, and we ended up doing two deals for 2 years worth of work. So that was it's a business that can work. But anyway, trying to get leads for the real estate business, I had to get into internet marketing for getting leads. That's how I got started in internet marketing.
Okay.
And since where I was living and didn't want to live there in the snow, I decided to do something that was not related to the location you're living, and that is internet marketing, because it gives you the ability to work from anywhere. I moved from Illinois to California, and I don't lose the business. It's not a local shop. It's not, I can work from anywhere in the world, right?
Yeah.
So that's really great. And I remember I started doing t-shirts online on Facebook. It was a lot of hours. I didn't have a good systems, or like it was just grinding, putting a lot of hours, not worth it.
You didn't have me that time.
Huh?
You didn't have me that time. Maybe.
Exactly. And then I heard about the CPA thing when that course called DNA Wealth Blueprint came around. So I jumped on that course, learned a bit, tried. Had no idea what I was doing. Then I joined the Giancarlo mastermind and with Samuel, and they teach you like it's for newbies, right? So I learned a lot there, and I started working on that. That was February last year. February 2015.
Yeah, we met at Giancarlo's house in March, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been a year already, and it's been a year of a lot of work, a lot of growth. So it's been great. At the beginning, I remember my first campaign was a potty training for moms and dads, and
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, like a year ago. Yeah, crazy.
We're still using that VPS, by the way. That being.
All right. Yeah. It's very warmed up. Yeah, works great. And I remember I had a lot of trouble with the credit cards and how to open new Bing accounts when you get shut down and all that stuff. So that was a good learning experience. And once I got all that figured out, still, I have a day job, so it's not that I had the time. Like I had time, but I can't work more than like 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's not enough hours in the day if you're working out, going to your own job, and doing this thing.
Yeah.
There's not enough time, right? So at that point, I learned a lesson after like 4 months of doing this on my own. And it was like perfect timing because Abdullah was having issues as well with the accounts and credit cards. And I know what it was like because I had been like for a couple months struggling with all that. And he was in that position. So I was like, hey, I'm going to help you out, blah, blah, blah. And we reached an agreement, which was like, all right, let's work together. And as he was saying, I put the accounts and the credit cards because being here in the U.S. is it's easier than being in Egypt.
For sure.
And we started working. Yeah.
Yeah, in Egypt it's a pain, almost impossible.
And at the beginning was a lot of time because I was telling him everything. I was showing him like what we're doing right now in a Skype call, like this campaign or whatever, and I showed him the details, the ads, and he took off. He like, I don't know, he's a coach. He's like super good at what he does, and creating ads and copy and all
You
that.
did me some stuff in the beginning as well.
What?
You did me some Excel stuff, remember?
I would go to work and I would go back and it's like, what have you done today? And he would show me an Excel spreadsheet. And I'm like, well, that's fine. That's 2 minutes, right? And he's like, no, I did each line. Like he typed the freaking formula 100 times. And I'm like, work here. That's how
Manual stuff.
Yeah, that stuff takes more time than you really think.
But you really learn by doing, right? It's like somebody that's getting started and he sees the plan, like somebody like me or Abdullah or Giancarlo or yourself come in and say, this is what you gotta do. And they're all right, they go to their computer, they sit there and they understand what they need to do, but what they don't realize is they don't know how to set up a website. They don't know how to just purchase a hosting solution and put in your basic HTML page, even if somebody else gives you the page. Like all those things people don't realize, but at the end of the day, they're like, oh crap, I have not done anything. Like my website's not up and blah, 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 and they freak out. And really, there's all these obstacles in the way that you need to like grow and overcome. And once you know how to do it, it seems very simple. Well, yeah, just buy a hosting. Yeah, just put your website. Yeah, just do this. Yeah, just do that. But when you're starting, at the end of the day, you're like, oh, nothing's working, blah, blah, blah. Well, all these problems, really, it's not problems. You just got to learn it. So just learn, and it's something positive. There's no reason for you to feel bad that your store's not running.
Yeah.
Because if you do, I like to do, at the end of the day, a balance of what I've done. Because I used to like feel frustrated with my progress and all that. And if you every day do a balance at the end of the day, and it helps, if you have a to-do list and you cross off what you've done or you take notes. I used to do that, take notes. This time I've done this time I've done that. At the end of the day, you look at your notes and it's like, all right, today I did this. Is it a good day or is it a bad day?
Yeah.
And it's never a bad day, because even if you didn't do what you wanted to do, you learn from it. And you're like, all right, I cannot spend 2 hours cooking a day. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I need to cook once for the 3 meals a day. Okay. What else? Oh, I cannot spend 1 hour going to the grocery store. I'll do the purchase once a month or once every week and a half. Okay. And you learn from all these things, right? Sucking up your time, and you learn how to organize your time, and you become more organized. And at the end of the day, it's like, all right, I didn't get this campaign launch, but here's what we did. We solved this problem with tracking. And without this, like, we had this tracking problem. Sometimes problems with tracking we have for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Well, it's no reason for you to, beat yourself up because the campaign is not running, because really what the problem is, you need to solve the tracking first. And once you overcome that, now you have a new tool, which is, I'm very good at this tracking system. And for the next problem that shows up, this is an extra tool I have that I got today. So the day was not lost. You improved yourself, basically.
Yeah, I agree, and this is something I've been doing with. I bought the 10x planner. It's like Grant Cardone's agenda, and it has like goals on the right hand side at the top, then targets for the day, then successes, and then goals. So it's something that I think really has helped me a lot as well. Like it's the same thing you're doing, because maybe obviously if every day you could launch 10 new campaigns and make them profitable instantly, that's the dream, right? But it's just not being realistic. But if you see your targets and your successes, and at the end of the day you say, okay, I did this, was a success, this was a success, this was a success, we are still not where we want to be, but we had a lot of success today, and it makes you realize, because sometimes I think we would say, let's say we would think, okay, success is to have 100 grand in the bank right now, that's success. So then you start killing and beating yourself up because you don't have it, but you don't realize that you're actually having success by doing the things you're doing on a daily basis. So then you actually see that you're doing well and you're on track to that goal, instead of just beating yourself up every single day for not having that specific result.
Honestly, I was the one having this issue, because I had this tool, which having 50 tasks to do per day, and then I end up okay. I did things, but at the end, you look at the progress. Oh, we didn't do the important thing because then Rafael stood with me and he teach me how to. So now when I work, okay, I have like 50 tasks. What's the most important thing to do today? It's like fix the tracking, set up this campaign, whatever. But this is by priority. This needs to be done first, and this needs to be done at the end. So if we didn't do this, no problem. The email follow-up or whatever. So setting priorities, even if you have 50 tasks, and you didn't do all of them, but you did the most important thing, that's what counts. That's what's really progress. So now I use a word and it starts to, okay, 1, 2, 3, that's what need to be done today. So I was one of these that having a lot of things to do, but then having them just in one sheet doesn't still make sense. You still have to know what's the most important, what's the least important by priorities, and you start working on them by list. Sometimes you say, I should be doing 10 tasks per day, and then you end up doing 2 because one of these you say, this should take an hour, and it takes you 5 hours, and then you end up not doing the full list. But if you look at it, you've done the most important thing. Even if you took much time on it, you did what's most important right now for your business, right?
Yeah, I agree, and it's like, let's say an example, you have to answer Facebook messages, reply to emails, fix tracking and launch a campaign, and I don't know, optimize. Obviously, if you don't have them ordered in priorities, then you might spend 5 hours on Facebook and on email, but that didn't make you any money if you had launched a campaign, optimized, and fixed the tracking. So I think it's really important because it's very easy to get lost on these tasks because they are the easiest to do. So instead of like doing the hard ones that we know that are the ones that are gonna get to the results, we say like, oh, okay, let's just start answering Facebook messages to get the work on, and then I'll do the campaign. I think that at least that happens to me. For me, it's easy to get distracted. I don't know if that happens to you guys as well.
It's very easy to get distracted, especially when you work online with the computer and the internet. So let's say you're doing research. Or not. I like to start. I'm here myself on the computer. I like to start with what defines mission success. So for today, if I do these 3 things, it's a success.
Yeah.
And sometimes things come up like tracking and takes you the whole day and takes the whole thing. Well, that's fine. But I like to have three goals, 3 business goals, 3 wellness goals, which is like working out, eating healthy, and something else. And then the 3rd category that I have is like personal stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff that you normally you don't give yourself credit for. Like, oh, I have to go to the cleaner, or I have to go get a haircut, or I have to do this taxes thing, right? You don't get credit. You don't give yourself credit for that because it doesn't put money in the bank.
Yeah.
You to do that, right? So I like having these 3 categories with 3 goals. And if I do the 3 of them on the 3, it's like a super total successful day. And yes, you have 100 things on your to-do list, but today is a success and you can feel good about it. That's very good.
That's awesome, man, because I think as entrepreneurs sometimes we focus on the money, the cash, make it rain, that we forget about other stuff that are really important, like being healthy. In my case, I like to go to the gym. I always go, but a lot of people like leave that. They stop focusing on that, stop focusing on personal relationships, and then focus only on the money, which is great. But at the end of the day, success is a combination of all of them.
Learn because I stopped taking care of myself some years ago and all that stuff. just like, business, work. And it's like, well, I'm less happy today than I was before doing this business thing. How can it be, right?
Yeah.
So, well, I need to change that. And Abdullah has been a great help to that because I don't have enough hours in the day. So by teaming up with other people that are fit with your mindset, your way of thinking, it's a great way.
Yeah, for sure. So guys, we haven't really dived in what you guys do. Tell us a little bit about your business. What exactly do you do? How do you make money online?
We promote other people's products, and what we do is we buy traffic. We warm up the traffic, and then we send the traffic to other people's products. And if they buy, we get a commission on the sale. That's what we do.
And you do what traffic source? Do you mind sharing that with us?
Oh yeah, no problem. So this is the general idea for people who really don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And in detail, what we do is, for example, we get traffic from Bing.
Yeah.
And we bring them to like review sites where they tell a story about how using this product or this person using this product, like a news advertorial, got these great results. And then, by the way, here's a link with an offer that if you click, they have a special right now that you can get this product for this price or whatever. And if they click, they go to that page, which is the advertiser's page.
Yeah.
And if you purchase, then the advertiser pays as a commission. And that's what it's called, CPA. Well, in our case, we do CPA.
Yeah.
Because we sell CPA offers, cost per action offers. Other people sell CPL, cost per lead. There's other things. We do mainly CPA right now.
Awesome. So at the end of the day, it's basically getting more money out than the money you put in. Keeping it simple. That's the whole point of the business. Awesome. So what do you think are like the top 3 mistakes you guys have made? Not only like in this business, but in the entire internet marketing journey. Like top 3 mistakes that you wish that if you wouldn't have done, then you would achieve the success much faster.
First thing, I would say trying to master everything yourself. I would say if you try to learn everything, if you try to do like you have a HTML page and you need to put some stuff on it. If you try to learn how to do coding, that's where you waste time. Okay, so that would be the first thing.
Okay.
Okay,
Where are you second and third?
Okay, you speak for it. I just
Yeah. Okay. Let's go, Abdullah, Rafael.
I totally agree with that. My first mistake, I would say, is a mindset, which is, you go there and we as entrepreneurs, we kind of set up ourselves for failure. We go around saying, all right, I have this big, huge goal. Until I get this goal, I want to allow myself to be happy, to feel good, to sleep good at night. We do these things. You look at your bank account or you look at your sales numbers and you see other people having success and you just feel like crap inside because you're not there. And you beat yourself up for not being there. And, you cannot judge another person's success without knowing what they went through. And you have to go through the same thing. So that's my first thing. Took me a while to learn, but I think I kind of learned how to, it's fine. This is our goals. Yes, we drive hard towards them. And at the same time, I feel good about where we are at the moment. I understand it's a journey. I understand there's all these obstacles in the way that force you to become better at your business, at how you run your business, how you set up your campaigns, how you handle everything. They are there to force you to grow so you can achieve your goals. And so the first mistake is the beating yourself up mentality. No, I'll work out once I hit these goals.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'll take care of myself once I hit these goals. I'll sleep once I hit these goals. And really, it's not like that. It's not easy, but you have to strive to be happy and with yourself while you're building your business.
Yeah, I think that's an amazing point, and it's something that I've realized. I think this year that at the end of the day, if you're not happy on a daily basis and you are not enjoying what you're doing, then you will never be happy. Because let's say your goal is 100 grand in the bank, then you have it and you're saying like, okay, this is not enough. I need 1 million, and then you're not gonna be happy because you don't have the million. So then you make 1 million, and then you're like, I need 10 million. I'm not happy until I get 10 million. And then you meet, I don't know, people who are at the next level. So then you are, okay, I'm not happy until I have 50 million. So then you're never gonna be happy. And it's crazy because if you think about it, you will never be happy with this mindset. Never. You will always strive to have 10 billions, 100 billions. I mean, it never ends. There's not like a roof you can say, okay, I can't increase the amount of money I make or the amount of muscle I have in my body. At the end of the day, there's always gonna be someone who has more than you, and if you're not enjoying the process, I think it's kind of like a mix, because obviously if you're not, you have to get results, because if you don't have results, then obviously you're not gonna be. I mean, you're never gonna be happy, because if you don't have results, it's impossible to be happy, obviously. But what I do is I like to increase, like, just say I increase my like myself, my skills, my targets by 1% every day. So if I know I am like increasing instead of decreasing, then it's good, because at the end of the day, we are going up and getting better results, and eventually the big results will come. But we are getting there. So as long as I think you increase your results and your skills by 1% every single day, in a year you're gonna do crazy stuff.
I agree.
Another for people who are listening, I would say you cannot control really the outcome. You can only the output. You really control the input. You control what you do each day, and then results might come that day or not. But you have to focus on the process, what you did today, not what you got today. I'm not talking about what you got done, but how many sales I got? How many? I guess everybody here is selling. So how many sales I got? How many points people agree to purchase if you're doing things on the phone, cold calling, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you can only control how many calls I make. Did I improve myself? Am I reading to become a better salesperson? Am I reading to become a better business person? Am I, if I say I have to do, to reach this goal, I have to put 100 calls in a day, did I put the 100 calls?
Yeah.
Or one campaign a day, or whatever it is. At the end of the day, that's all you can control. You cannot control the output. So as long as you do a good input, you have to be happy. You don't feel bad about yourself. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because it's a numbers game. At the end of the day, everything is a numbers game. For example, if you launch one campaign every single day, eventually one is gonna be profitable. Like, there's not another choice. It's just statistics. It's impossible for you to get 0% profitable campaigns. Eventually one is gonna work for you. So just keep repeating that daily habits, and eventually you're gonna get the results you want.
By the way, if you're in CPA, don't launch one campaign a day. You wanna have one campaign and try different angles, like same campaign, play with the keywords. Don't run around trying 100 different things if you're in CPA. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. What about you, Abdullah? What's yeah. It's for those who are in CPA, they understand for sure. What about you, Abdullah? What's mistake number 2 for you?
Other than the trying to do everything yourself, I would say one of the other things, I was not organized, basically. I was like doing what I want to do right now. I was like, what's easy to do right now, I just do it because it takes less time. But obviously it was decreasing the progress every day. I was stuck on good plans. I don't put really good plans. So Rafael takes part of it, kind of this. So other than that, it's just I had also a problem of the point Rafael have said is like you want to do something and you end up not doing it. I feel bad. Like I didn't do the full list because if you look at it, that took time. That should supposed to be taking 1 hour, and then it took 5 hours. And in the end of the day, you didn't do, and you start to okay, let's do this tomorrow, and let's do this tomorrow, and it makes me feel bad. We have this. I was like getting, if we have offer problems, with like doing some offers and they got shifted to another offer, another niche without we know, and we ended up there's no sale, what's happening? And then I found out the offer is sending this niche and it's sending to another niche, and the advertiser is like he didn't tell us, and I guess these guys should tell us,
Yeah.
these things. But at the end, you really need to have a very, very strong mindset in these kind of businesses to be able to grow. And every time we have such problems like this, and I speak with Rafael, and he has very good mindset about it. Okay, no problem, part of the game. Let's keep going. We have been account shut down many times, hundreds of times. We have been account shut down. Many of them get under review, and then we have very strong funnels. We know we're gonna have the campaign, we're gonna put it there, and gonna burn money, whatever. But then because it didn't bring money because the Bing account is not running, because Bing is not sending traffic. So the problem is not you don't have a campaign. The problem is you have the campaign, you have everything, but it's just you need traffic, and traffic is not coming. So you really need to have very good mindset about this. You really need to be organized and put plans. You really need to prioritize what's need to be done first, and you really need to be thinking bigger all the time needs thinking better, how to grow. So obviously that's Rafael's part. Job is think how to grow, and after all that, it's part of the journey. So there will be times it's not like you're going down, but there will be times that you will not make sales. There will be times you'll make a lot of sales. You know what I mean? So always try to, like Rafael is saying, always enjoy the journey. Whatever happens, as long as you don't quit, as long as you don't give up easily, it's gonna get there. Whatever happens, like the whole universe you're gonna force this thing to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Force Abdullah's favorite saying, "We're gonna force it to work," and he does.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just making it work. If somebody is making it work, it's just about we making it work, for example.
Yeah.
Awesome. Lots of knowledge, guys, for sure. What's number 3?
I would say number 3, one of the things that people think is that if I have something that's not working right now, like we're going into new traffic sources, we're testing it, and some people will say, okay, I will try to do everything so we make more money, and that's a mistake. What I mean is you try to run, okay, we have all these offers, and each offer is very great, and we know we have skills to make everything proper amount. But at the end of the day, if you don't get focused in one niche, on one traffic source, one niche, and you make it work, you'll get distracted, everything will mess up. Even if you have the best offers, because you will have, we need to launch this, we need to optimize this niche, we need to test these planners in that niche. What I mean is, you will have a bunch of things, bunch of niches. Each niche is worth a lot of money, and that's a mistake I really honestly had, because I get excited very fast, and I go, this offers, let's do it, you know what I mean? Let's do this, and let's do this. At the end of the day, you have like 4 or 5 niches, and you're trying to make every niche work, or you try to optimize, you try to scale every niche, and you have like 4 niches, it's not gonna work. So just focus on one niche, choose one niche, whatever is scaling for you. And once you choose it, just focus on it, because every niche is like, once you can scale it to really, really a lot of money that, you can scale one niche in one traffic source. Whatever the niche, whatever the traffic, how much traffic the traffic source can have, to 3K, 5K, 10K, on the traffic source depends on the niche. If it's
Yeah.
big niche that have traffic, you can scale to 10K, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you get that niche to other traffic sources and you start to squeeze it to the maximum. That's much better than trying to do, oh, hair loss, diabetes, diet, ED, whatever, brain. You try to do all these things in the same time. It didn't work. I wanted to do this, okay? I wanted to
Yeah.
do this until Rafael, okay, no, this is it. This is enough. Enough is enough.
This
Because
only this niche. Yeah.
yeah, focus on one niche. Focus on one thing. Don't like try. Oh, there is money. There is money in everything. That's what we found. There is money in everything. It's just you need to focus on it to be able to split test everything fairly. So if you do 4 niches, you will not be able to split test everything fairly. So you need to have a system, and the system tells you what to do on that niche every day. You need to have a blueprint on what to do in the campaigns. So that's what we developed, and yeah, that was very, very, very better than trying to launch 4 niches and trying to work on all of them at the same time. It won't work, basically.
I think focus is the most important skill people nowadays have to develop, especially in this society that it's so easy to get distracted with literally everything, that if you don't focus in just one stuff, one traffic source, one business model, then you're gonna fail for sure. Like, definitely. I think this is a mistake that happened to me when I, at least for the entire last year, um, I tried a lot of stuff, like different traffic sources, different business models, never focused on one, and guess what? I made some money, but like not even close to what I wanted to make, and that's it's simply because of lack of focus. This year, in almost 2 months, I've been focused on doing one traffic source and one business model, and now we are seeing amazing results. Obviously, it's because of the skills and knowledge of the past as well, but it's because of focus. In 2 months, you can make a lot more than in 1 year if you just focus on one stuff, for sure. How about you, man?
Totally agree with Abdullah. If you are trying 5 things at a time, like we were doing 5 different campaigns at a time,
Yeah,
just do 5 campaigns about the same thing, not 5 campaigns about 5 different things, each one with 3 or 4 lenders, each one with ads that have nothing to do with each other, products that have nothing to do with each other, customers that have nothing to do with each other. It's just too much to like get your hands around. Just do one thing and just go deep into that thing, expand within that thing. So if you're doing a store, just go deeper in that store. What other products I can sell in that store? What non physical products can I sell to these? I build this store, I build this community of people. What other stuff can I sell them?
yeah,
Try to sell them webinars, try to sell them info products, try to sell them other niches as well, but to your niche, like to your list, right?
yeah. And it comes back to focus.
If you got a store to like $400, $500 a day, like, oh, it's great. I know how to get a store to $400 a day. So if I create 10 more stores, I'll make $4,000 a day. No, wrong. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Get that single store to $4,000 a day, because the effort to create 10 other stores to 400 a day is like you can get that single store to like, well, a lot, way more than four grand, like way more. So just focus on one thing. That's mine.
Yeah,
One.
definitely.
And honestly, that's a very big mistake that people, even me, like want to fall in very easily. You know, and even like 3 months ago, and he told me this, okay, focus on one niche. Then, you know, okay, I'll try, but it's like, there is money in this niche. I know that, you know, and because I optimize those campaigns, I mean, I can launch campaign, I can get it profitable, but really, it didn't work. It doesn't work right now. So, one niche, one traffic source, with to the maximum.
And one business model.
Exactly.
What do
The
you
business
mean about
model
business
was
model? What do you mean about business model?
Just focus on one business model.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes, focus on one business model. for
Even
money.
if you say, okay, I'm gonna do this too, in my opinion, it's the perfect blueprint for failure. If, especially if you're new to them. Let me give you an example. I've been doing e-commerce, but like when we launch campaigns, we have a lot of time, and maybe let's say we don't have the funds to keep launching and launching and launching more campaigns. So like we start running traffic, and then we have a lot of time left. I don't know if that happens to you, but once things are running, you have like, sorry.
Time left? No, I don't think so.
Well, in my case, because I don't have a job, so I finished stuff and I have time left. So I started with an idea of doing some marketing for local clients. I knew that I was gonna be super focused on e-commerce and I was not gonna get distracted. But I thought, I said to myself, okay, let's just do this other thing on the side because I have more time. But then I was like getting overwhelmed, and I was like, no, I shouldn't be doing this. This is making me get distracted, do other stuff. So eventually I just like canceled everything because it was gonna make me distracted. I could use that to watch training, etc. And it comes back to getting focused, and it happens to the best guys. It's super easy to get distracted. So I think it's just, even if you have time left, don't try to use it to make more money, because at the end of the day it's gonna make you less money because you're gonna get distracted. So tell us about accomplishments you've made. What do you think are the most important accomplishments you've made via internet marketing? Maybe like stuff you've been able to do with the money, or crossing an amount of revenue mark. Tell us about that.
I would say the first one is getting a campaign to break even, meaning you get as much as you spend.
Yeah.
That's a huge accomplishment people don't realize, because once you get something to break even, you just keep going. At the end, you have so much data, like so many statistics, that you can just adjust it and get it profitable. It's once you get something break even, you're already profitable. You just don't know yet.
Yeah.
So that's the first one, was getting break even. The second one in business was partnering up with Abdullah. That was my next milestone. And I would say the third one is where we are right now, where we're just booming up because we're putting teams in place, we're launching our own offers, things like that will multiply our operation by many times over.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 points, I would say.
Awesome. How about you, Abdullah?
I would need a job, basically.
Sorry, what?
I wouldn't need a job. I wouldn't need, I know my future now, where it's going to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you asked me 2 years ago, I was trying everything. I was talking to like 50, they say, okay, there's this thing, you want to make sales without paying traffic? Okay, speak to 10 people a day. And I was speaking to 50 people a day. Okay, I was trying to make anything work. But this was not a good model. You cannot depend on what puts food on the table by talking to people, right? It's not going to work. Like if you don't convince people to buy next month, you don't have food on the table, right? But right now we have business model. We don't need to talk to people. We just drive traffic and we make sales, So one of the most important things is that I partnered with Rafael, and I partnered with a guy who had resources, and he's a very good partner, honestly. Not because he's here, but honestly, I don't say that. He backed me up, even in my exams when I had almost no time to do things, and I had still lots of stuff on the table. And he said, okay, it's part of the game. It's slow time, but we're gonna get it back later on. You know what I mean? You don't find such people. So really, finding someone who's good fit with you, who can understand your problems, your issues, and you can you shouldn't have problem with this. Okay, you don't have time to do this yourself. Okay, we'll bring you someone and he help you on this. So finding someone who's like can understand you. It's not about, we don't argue about money ever. We never have an argue. Oh, how much he should be making and how much he should be making. And he always say that. He forgot to say it now, but GV doesn't work because people in the beginning. Oh, he's gonna make more money than me. No, and he's gonna say, oh, he's taking benefit of me. And then both argue, and both they didn't make money. They're just wasting their time, argue who is gonna make money, and they end up not making anything because at the end of the day, there is a lot of money that can be made. That even whatever person, whatever stuff you can do, you can still be very rich with any person because there is millions to be made here. Okay, there is honestly millions to be made here. So people arguing about the money, they don't end up making anything. So it's very you should be very grateful if you find someone who can, you know, be like, oh, he wants me to be rich, and I want him to be rich, and at the end of the day, we never had an argument about money. So that's accomplished itself. That's alone is an accomplishment. One of the other things is when we know what angles work on campaigns. That's very important. You know what I mean? We know which ads, we know which. But we didn't get to this point easily. We tried a lot of things to get into this point. One of the accomplishments is also we have a lot of accomplishments, but honestly, the most important one of them is that we are a good fit. We're a good team. You know what I mean? We know whatever happens, we stick together in the good times and in the bad times. It's even more than business. It's not. It's more than. It's like becoming a personal. You know, we discuss other stuff other than business. And
Yeah.
so what I mean is, partners can be very strong and can be very weak if you don't find the good ones. So it's important.
Abdullah, as a coach, you've seen plenty of JBs fail apart. And
Yes.
in mind, the reason, like the typical JB that falls apart is two persons who are the same profile, who are like the same type of people who bring the same thing to the table. Like somebody that runs campaign and the other person runs campaigns. So if both of you are doing the exact same thing, and you want, like, eventually those things don't work because you guys don't complement each other, and you guys normally they end up arguing about money because they're both doing the same thing. So it's like, well, if I put more effort, if I'm better than you, I should be compensated more than you. And they start arguing, and they haven't made a single dollar yet. So I would say, yeah, try, like, when you're looking for a JV partner, I would say somebody that like complement, offsets your weaknesses, and you you complement each other's strengths, basically.
Yeah, I agree. That's great information because especially right now that I am in e-commerce, I do have a partner, and it's the same because the guy, my partner, is not the technical. Like, let's say I'm the one who runs the traffic. Obviously, I'm teaching him, but he's still learning. But he has the mindset. He helps me like with more business-oriented stuff. Like, okay, these are the numbers. Let's turn this off. Let's scale this, because sometimes we get like, okay, these are the numbers. More money, scale, and maybe that's a stupid decision. Maybe you should take it slower, or just let's wait a couple of days to make a decision. General stuff like that and planning, and it really has helped me out a lot because it complements you with knowledge that you didn't have before. And it's not that I'm saying that it's good to have a partner. I think it just depends on what you want to do. And maybe for a certain period of time it's good, and then you can just do something by yourself or stay as a partner. I think it just depends on your goals, the person, also the funds. If you don't have a lot of funds, then definitely partnering up is a great way, because the more money you have, the faster you're gonna be able to collect data and make money and become successful in this business. But yeah, awesome tips, guys.
Rafael can hear you. We cannot hear you. Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. So for people who are listening,
Yeah.
if you have money, learn to, I would say, master it yourself a little bit, make it work, and then write it down what you're doing and hire people. Like you just go online and hire people, and that's what you do. If you don't have money, find somebody else that has the money and partner up with them, and you just give your all to them, and they will help you out and grow with you. So if you don't have money, you know what to do. If you have money, you know what to do. And if you have money and don't want to learn how to do it yourself, then I don't know.
Find an angle.
I don't know if somebody has, but then you don't need to have a lot of money. Just hire like somebody that's really, really, really. We're talking about having too much money, but if you have that much money, then what you go is you hire somebody that's already very successful, and you pay them more to bring them into your team. But somebody that's already successful is going to require a lot of money to do that. So that's why we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
If you don't have money, just find somebody that has the resources and partner up with them and just give your all to them, and then they will give back their all to you as well. So
I think that's an amazing, amazing tip because sometimes the money is so limiting for you, especially when people are starting. That if I had to start all over again, if I had $0 in my bank account, what I would do is just JV with a partner, show them I'm committed, get them to invest the money. I'll master the skills, teach them, and get results fast instead of trying to look for the money because that really complicates stuff. I think it's much better to get a partner, master the skills, and if you want to stop having a partner once you master the skills, then that's great because you're already gonna have money to do it yourself. But I think if you're low on funds, you should definitely partner up with someone.
work
But
free for somebody. Work free for somebody that's successful and learn.
yeah, exactly, and just but obviously you have to be committed. You have to know that you're gonna make it work and just commit to it because if you're just trying things out, it's not gonna work as well.
Yep.
And honestly, what I would add to this is that the partners need to be honest, need to be clear, need to be loyal.
Yeah,
Like, I cannot be using Rafael resources and I go, okay, I know what type of angles work, and I can take the campaign to my own being, and I can make money for myself. You know what I mean? So stuff like that happens. You know.
You can't do that. You're in Egypt.
But I have card now. I have a credit card now. But I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not saying I'm gonna do that. I don't do that. But I mean, some otherwise might happen. Like, okay, we have. Um, I have my helper here. He's doing this, and once I know this is working, so I hire someone else. I just like kick him off, or I think so myself. You know what I mean? 1 second.
He's speaking Egyptian.
Egyptian in the pyramid. He's in his pyramid office.
Okay, so what I was saying is, you need to be loyal to each other. You know what I mean? Like, I cannot be working with Rafael and somebody else come to me and say, oh, he's giving you this percentage or whatever, I give you more, and then take your campaigns and come work for me. And because obviously what happened is he had this kind of offer, you know, yeah, you have Abdullah, hey, I can do better, I can do this, you know, just partner with me, like stuff like this happened.
Yeah,
So loyalty is really important here. That's in case you really want to grow very fast. And trust. If you lose the trust, if partners lose the trust, it cannot be gain again. I cannot be, if I lie to him or he lies to me, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Uh,
I
you
agree.
really need to be caring for your partner, not caring for yourself. You care for the team, not for yourself. So, because if he does this way, he will like kick me off and then do GV with the other one, and then somebody else come and then he tells, oh, I'm better, I'm better, I'm better, I'm better. And same might happen, didn't happen, but if it's happened to me, I should not be doing such thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He gave you your hand. He trusted you, and you trusted him. Loyalty is important. Don't think about yourself. Think about the team, because if you think about the team, we all grow, and there is enough money for everyone to be very, very rich.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so that's very important, I think.
Awesome, awesome. Give Yeah, sorry, is that I have allergies, so they're killing me. Yeah, I think all everything you guys have said is it's been awesome, especially for having a partner. It's really cool to actually work with someone else, and at the end of the day, there's enough money for everyone, so it's not like I'm gonna make less money. Eventually, if you wanna work individually, that's cool, but it's also great to work with a partner. Um, so what do you think about mindset for business? Do you think it's something that's overrated? Do you think it's something people should really focus on? Or do you think it's just BS? In your opinion, what do you think?
Totally necessary. And you can
Man, I cannot hear.
you
I
can
cannot hear you. I cannot hear you.
you
I
hear
hear
me?
myself.
Yeah, I hear myself. You hear me, Esteban?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You hear me, Abdullah?
Yeah, now good, now good.
Okay. Yeah, it's totally necessary. And in my opinion, the person who you are today is making, like, the person who you are today is making the money it's making. In order for you to make more money, you have to become more. You cannot be the same person and make more money. You cannot do that. You cannot be the same person who craves chocolate and pizza. For me, it's pizza, right? You cannot be the same person who dies for pizza and and lose weight and be more healthy. You have to become more so that you can say no to the pizza to be healthier,
Yeah.
look better, weight less. Yeah. So in business is the same thing. You're making the amount of money you're making because of who you are, and if you want to make more money, you have to become more. And sometimes that just becoming slightly better in something will make you a lot of money, and sometimes you have to become a lot better in a lot of things. And if you're starting out, chances are you need to become a lot better in a lot of things. Things that, they don't teach you in school. Things you never need to use before, and you go in business and, oh shit, I'm failing. Well, there's all these things you need to improve for you to be able to be successful. So mindset is like 100%, I think.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I think you gotta combine mindset and skills. Because if you have a lot of mindset but no skills, then you're not gonna get any results, right? But if you have a lot of skills and no mindset, still not gonna get any results because you're gonna quit. Because there are always gonna be struggles along the way. No matter how successful you are, you will always be struggling. Like, I think people have to remove that utopic idea that once they cross a X mark, everything's gonna be perfect. At the end of the day, it's the same, except you make more money. Same problems, more money, maybe more problems. You just have to be happy by dealing with what you gotta do on a daily basis, and that's it. um, awesome. And to wrap this up, what are three actionable tips you would give someone who is starting out, someone who is still working hard but still not getting the results they want, whether it's CPA, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's email marketing, whatever. What are three things that, like, they could finish this interview right now and start applying, that they could see a positive change in their business?
So we have first to decide and commit, because I don't know if this person has been trying 100 things in the last year.
Yeah.
Well, the reason not works because you've tried, and probably some of the ones they tried were not the right ones. But whatever, there's many ways to get started online. You can do online stores. You can do email. Those are like low entry, easy to start things. But whatever you do, just commit. Just commit to that, and then create. That's my tip number one. Just commit. I'm not gonna listen to anything else. I'm not gonna follow any more gurus. I'm going to my email, and I'm unsubscribing from fucking everything. You're not opening more emails. When you come home, you have no emails, and you work on what you commit to do. That's the first thing. Second thing, I would say, of course, you need your long-term goals and all that stuff, but you need a 90-day goal. Create a 90-day goal, and then it's different. I don't know about our 90-day goals, because every time we set up a 90-day goal, we have to do 3 days, but
You what?
every time we set a 90-day goal, we accomplish in 30 days. That's a power of focus, right? So step number two, you create your 90-day goal, and you say, all right, I want to make this much money, or I want to make this much, whatever it is. And then on the business, depends on the business you're in, you work backwards. So if you are on CPA and you say, I want to make $1,000 a day in sales, which is 200 profit a day, something like that. You say, all right, 1,000 a day, that means I need to make this much number of sales, which means based on average conversion rates, I need to send this much people to the offer, which is this much people on my lander, which is this much many clicks from Bing, which is this ad spend. So you need to spend this much, and you don't want to spend this much and get this much. And with those metrics, you start working backwards, and you create your 90-day plan, where by day 90, you need to be spending, let's say, 800 a day to make 1,000 back. And on day one, you're going to be spending 10 a day and try to make 11, 12 back, right? So you create this plan, and you measure your third step. Now you measure yourself every day. You go to your spreadsheet. You have day one, like we have this spreadsheet. Day one, day two, day three, day four. You have the targets, and then you write what you did. And that way you keep yourself on track. If a week goes by and it's like, hey, we have not increased the number of campaigns we're running, even if it's in the same niche, but we have not increased the number of campaigns we're running, we're going to fall behind the plan, right? So we need to do something about it. So that's the third step. Track it and monitor, and readjust, because, you make your 90-day plan and then everything falls apart. Well, your plan doesn't work, that's fine. It's a live thing. You readjust and keep moving forward. So that's my 3 tips for anybody.
Awesome. What about you, Abdullah?
I agree to everything Rafael said. Just
That's it.
yeah.
Agree to what Rafael says.
Yeah. What's really important also is people they go to a new traffic source and they try to learn it by themselves. To use which style to. I think I hear myself. Hello?
I hear you.
I hear you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. So my point is, you're doing something new, okay? It's not by wasting money on someone. Pay a mentor. Look for someone who is he was really good at this, who have results. Whatever, he has a mastermind, he has a coaching program. He just pay him in private, whatever. Just pay him. Learn how to write this. Otherwise, you will do if you need, for example, 100 mistakes to get successful, as an example, and you just pay someone and you try to avoid these kind of mistakes. So this is not like a magic bullet or become profitable day one. It's about avoiding some mistakes that you might get into by doing it yourself. So it's really important as well to have some money, save some funds to pay someone. And hopefully gratefully we have Rafael takes care of these things. For every new traffic source you do, okay, who has results in this traffic source? So this guy has results, and he is making whatever 100 grand a month, whatever.
And you don't want a beginner trying new traffic sources. They just need to stick to one. Don't make them jump to new ones.
No.
For one.
For the first one, let's say you're just starting in CPA, and you're just starting and you don't know anything. You don't know about Bing, you don't know about email, you don't know about Google, you don't know anything. You're just starting out, and you're just commitment to have something work. So you decide a traffic source. So I'm gonna focus on Bing, for example. So you join the Millionaire Mastermind, or of Giancarlo, or okay, I'm gonna do Google. I'm gonna do Facebook. So for every traffic source, you choose only one traffic source and one niche. Okay, you can do many offers as long as it's the same niche. So you focus on one traffic source and one niche, and choose someone who's really good at this, pay him and learn about it, and stick to it. Put a 90-day plan, and then get commitment. And if you fall apart in the 90-day plan, that might happen for any reason. Don't say, okay, we make a new 90-day plan from scratch. Just keep forwarding, and as Rafael said, just adjust the plan to, okay, to try to make it work. Obviously. So don't try to learn everything yourself. Okay, if there's someone who's really had results, okay, just pay him and learn about it. But don't jump, don't do everything at the same time. Don't do Google, Bing. And I see people doing this mistake actually. They were working on Bing, and there's this Shopify thing. Oh, it's new. It's a new opportunity, and everybody's doing it. So okay, let's do it. And then few months later, there will be something else coming up, and there is this thing that they say it's easier. Okay, let's jump on it, and they keep jumping from this traffic, so from this strategy to this model, and nothing will. Even if it's gonna work, you're not gonna make a million. You're not gonna make a 6-figure and 7 figures trying to jumping from a niche to a traffic source to a traffic source. Just stick to one thing and trying to make it work. Even if you see people doing multiple stuff, that's not really a good plan. You focus on one thing, and once you scale it to the maximum, you can hire a team, who can take care of it. And then if you want to jump to other things, no problem. But that's more about scaling. That's not a beginner plan. Beginner plan would be stick to one thing. Don't jump. Don't get distracted with other opportunities coming or other offers that people say is easier. Because even if they are easier, you're gonna be scaling to business to 10K a day, jumping from an offer or to Shopify to Bing to CPA to ClickBank. It's not gonna work like that. You have to focus on one thing and just stick to it.
Yep, definitely.
Great, awesome.
One last thing, Esteban.
Yep.
I would say to everybody, when you guys hear the numbers, making this much money, look at me, and blah, blah, blah. People have to understand this is a business, and everybody's speaking sales numbers. So when somebody comes up and says, I'm making $100,000 a year, what they are making depends on the business model they are between 10 and 50% margin. So they're making between 10 and 50 grand. So if somebody comes out and says, I made $1 million, well, it's sales. So profit is between 10, the average is 30%, let's say. So really,
it depends on the business model, obviously.
If you're a team of 3 and you make 300 grand, you make 100K each. So yeah, you come out and say, I made $1 million. It's really, and people don't realize that. It takes work, and it's not $1 million. I walk around with tons of cash in my pocket. No, it's over a year. That's the first thing. It's 10% of. I use this rule of it's 10% of what you see. That's the money that's left in your pocket, and it takes 10 times more effort than you think to get there. So I think I want to say that so people get their expectations on how long it takes and how money you actually make.
Yeah.
So that when they are, starting out and not getting the results they want, they understand there's this process. It takes 10 times longer than you thought, and you make just 10% of what you sell. So for people to, don't feel bad about themselves, they're trying out.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah. I think it's very important because sometimes you see people making X amount a month, and you are like, holy crap, man, it's so much cash, and at the end of the day, it's less. So, well, I think that doesn't really matter how much other people make. It matters that you improve what you are doing every single day. If you're making 10 a day, if you're making 20, then don't say, holy shit, man, I'm still making 10 grand a day. You're making twice as what you were doing yesterday. So focus on your results, focus on improving your own results, and use other people's results as motivation, but never
Yeah.
compare it to them, because you don't know what they have been through. And obviously, if they have better results, they have been through more, have more experience, have developed better skills. So just aim on improving your own results every single day, and just keep pushing forward on a daily basis. But great tips, guys. I think that every single person that watches this interview, if they actually apply what you guys talked about, and stay consistent, make a plan, focus, whatever business they want to do, they're gonna get amazing results. So thanks again, guys, for sharing the value, and let's make this year the best one ever.
Sure thing.
Take care.
Awesome.
Thank you, Esteban.
Bye bye, guys.
Well.
Have a great day.
You too.